Something huge is happening beneath the ocean. China is pushing deeper into the sea than most people ever imagine, developing advanced deep-sea research systems designed to let scientists work for long periods in extreme pressure zones. This is not science fiction. It is part of a real race to understand one of the least explored places on Earth. Why does it matter? Because the deep ocean is still a mystery. We know more about the surface of Mars than we do about much of the seafloor. And when China's crewed submersible Fendouzh reached 10,909 meters in the Mariana Trench, it proved that humans can enter a world crushed by impossible pressure, freezing temperatures, and total darkness. At those depths, life should struggle to exist. But it doesn't. Scientists have found trench microbes and strange creatures adapted to survive in conditions that would destroy almost anything else. Some organisms in the Hadal Zone have evolved unique molecules and structures that help them handle crushing pressure. In other words, the deepest parts of the ocean are not empty. They are alive with forms of life we are only beginning to understand. And then there are cold seeps. These are underwater vents where methane, hydrogen sulfide, and other chemicals leak from the seabed at near freezing temperatures. No sunlight. No ordinary plants. Yet entire ecosystems thrive there, powered by chemistry instead of sunlight. Worms, clams, shrimp, and microbes build a hidden world in total darkness. That is why methane hydrate, often called flammable ice, has drawn so much attention. It looks harmless, but it contains massive amounts of trapped methane. If managed carefully, it could become an important energy resource. If handled badly, it could trigger seabed instability and release greenhouse gases. So the real challenge is not just extraction. It is understanding the ecosystem first. That is where deep-sea stations and long-duration research systems come in. The goal is not just to reach the abyss for a few hours, but to stay, observe, and test how these fragile environments actually work. The technology behind that effort may also benefit ocean engineering, extreme environment materials, underwater communication, and future exploration. In other words, the deep sea is not just a frontier. It is a laboratory for the future. Now let's go even deeper into another ocean mystery. The Bermuda Triangle. For decades, people have claimed that ships and planes vanished there for supernatural reasons. Strange compass readings. Sudden disappearances. Ghost stories. Alien theories. Lost civilizations. But when you strip away the myth, the truth is less supernatural and more unsettling in a different way. The Bermuda Triangle sits in one of the busiest and most weather-active regions of the Atlantic. It is affected by strong currents like the Gulf Stream, sudden storms, hurricanes, and rough seas. That means wreckage can disappear quickly, navigation can become difficult, and accidents can become harder to explain after the fact. As for the famous compass stories, they are often exaggerated. Magnetic north and true north are not the same, and compass errors can happen in many places on Earth. The Bermuda region is not a magical dead zone. It is a heavily traveled ocean area where human error, weather, and ocean conditions can create dramatic stories. And when investigators compare the data, the mystery gets smaller. There is no solid evidence that the Bermuda Triangle has a higher disappearance rate than other busy ocean regions. Many of the most famous cases were misreported, exaggerated, or later explained by storms, mechanical failure, or navigational mistakes. The legend survived because it is a powerful story, not because the ocean itself is haunted. So what do these two stories really tell us? They tell us that the ocean still holds enormous power over the human imagination. In one place, it hides life, energy, and scientific breakthroughs beneath crushing pressure. In another, it hides ordinary disasters behind a wall of myth. The real truth is more fascinating than fiction. The ocean is not empty. It is not simple. And it is definitely not finished surprising us. Because beneath the waves, whether in the deepest trench or the most famous mystery zone on Earth, the sea always keeps one step ahead of us.